Thanks a lot to the ISME team, the faculty, and the student volunteers for inviting me here. Right, I think it has been a great event. I do think that a college, when they start doing events like this and they keep doing it, it's good for the students also, because they get to see their faculty and their co-students almost every day, right? But when there is someone coming from the industry to give some sort of fresh perspective, I think that helps them. What I liked about the event personally is that it was structured very well. I think starting with the keynotes, keynote speakers, when students have the most attention, they could really listen to what Mr. Vinay and Mrs. Pallavi were saying, right? So that was also very well organized. And then the panel discussion, of course, was very well organized as well. I think the questions were very on point and very relevant to what we work with in the industry, right? I also like the fact that there was a theme to the entire event. So it's not just that the panel discussion has a different theme and the keynote speaker has a different theme. The entire event had one theme, and that theme was also very relevant, which is D2C brands and direct brands and e-commerce, right? Which currently is the way to go if you really want to grow in the FMCG industry. So that is another thing that I liked. I think the networking session that we would have would also be helpful to students. Whenever I used to speak to people, or whenever people used to come from the industry to speak to us, I always felt like, yeah, this is where I see myself. These are the kind of things I want to be doing, right? And other than curriculum is very theoretical on one side, right? But when you get to hear case studies from people who are actually doing them, I think that helps perspective, not just in the way that you get more knowledge from it, but like I said, you sort of get an idea of what your day-to-day life will be like, right, when you pass out of a business school and when you go into management roles. So I think overall it has been a good experience for me as well, and I would be happy to contribute in the future. For marketing students especially, right, there are a couple of things that are on top of my mind which students should be aware of, right? One thing is, which I have already mentioned in the panel discussion also, and also in my guest lecture here. Students as marketers really need to understand what platform nativity is, right? What the communication that brands do today is very different than what they used to do, and again, depending on whether you're a traditional brand or a new brand, it differs. So just being active on Instagram, while it might seem like a waste of time, as a marketer you have to be active on Instagram, on Pinterest. You have to keep looking at things, you have to keep looking at what brands are doing, just having your eyes open and observing the world around you, how even billboards, how they have changed, what they used to be 10 years ago and what they are like now, right? That is one thing that I think is good for marketers to have. Second thing is, the sooner marketers start to understand what the P&L structure is, the better it is for them when they go to a company, right? Because while as a customer you only see the fun parts about a company, which is what their ads are like, what is their marketing like, what is their product like. When you are inside the company, the P&L is like the center of everything, right? The P&L dictates what you can do and what you can't do as a company, and you can have a company that looks very good on the outside but not have a healthy P&L. So as a marketer you should really understand numbers and what line items in the P&L say. So that would make you market ready. When you go to a company, you would know exactly where you stand in the company's overall waterfall of finances, and how you can manage that.